All right, so here's open. I've had a chance to look at a couple of stocks, basically the same ones as yesterday. PIK here is the first one that I'm watching though for the daily high break. Daily high here is 619. So we can definitely see that break. Same with HUSA. HUSA is another one, but this one seems to be the one that's moving at the moment. It's our leading gapper. We know from yesterday this one, and I don't know if it was IMPP. Oh no, EIGR. Oh man. So I'll admit, yesterday I was really getting frustrated with OBS, and even this morning, OBS literally at 9:30 it finished its update. So I got up even earlier just to get this thing done. But oh man, that thing got me so upset. So I was already not in a good mood right there. Let's pay attention to this trade though. Give me a second. Getting on a pullback here. So got on a little early on my pullback entry. 81, or I'm in at 89. Should have waited it out a little bit. So there's 90. Selling there. So I'm not sure exactly where I stopped out. 608. So it says 6 right here, but I actually got out at 608 up here. So I was gonna say kind of a bad stop, but at least I got filled at close to 610, which was the high here, about 612, I think. So I know from yesterday, it was not a good idea to hold as long as I did on majority of the stocks in which I was in. So today, I'm trying to sell early or relatively quick, make some quick scalps into this. It looks like it's gonna get halted here though. Let's see if it avoids the halt. So no, looks like it's gonna get halted here. We'll see. Buyers decreasing. False halt. Oy. All the way back down to 6. It's hard to say. So PIK is definitely the one to watch. Massive red candle now. I don't think I traded PIK yesterday. I think it was just sideways and then it was under VWAP. But later in the afternoon, I think towards close is when it made a really big move. I think, if not, I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong. But what is it called? Today it seems to be pretty volatile. It's having opportunities. I just don't really know what I want to do right here on the 1 minute at least. 5 and 10 minutes still look fair. They don't look the greatest, but they look okay. I don't know. I wish I would have held that trade a little longer, but at the same time, I'm glad. I'm happy with where I sold it. My main target was just to get the 1 minute high break and then sell over 6 somewhere. So I sold at 608. You know, it's not a bad sell. I could have got in again once it dipped back down to 590. Could have got in again, but with the volatility on this one, I don't know. So let's see. What are some things to notice here? It's holding VWAP. I could take an entry here. MACD looks fine. MACD's about to cross on the 5 minute as well. I'm going to get in here at 610, 612 actually. I like the MACD on the 5 minute. See if we get that pop here above this last 1 minute high. Selling there at 30. Well, actually, yeah, I sold at 33. There you go. That's so weird why it says here that it's not. It says 626. I guess that's where I press it, but really my order gets launched up a bit. So that's how volatile this one is though. I mean, I got in at 611. I didn't even get in at 612. There's a massive rip though, straight to the halt level. So could have gotten in again, similar to the first move. Could have got in again. This time I just wasn't paying attention. I wasn't focused. I was just talking. So I don't know. That was another opportunity. So it's done that twice. We know that it's done that twice. We can look into trying that out as a strategy, but I feel like I'm starting to realize there's not one particular strategy that seems to work all the time. I would imagine there is a strategy that does, but at the same time, or not does work all the time, but I'm pretty sure there's one that works more often than not, right? So I'm just testing out all these different things. So again, could have got in here at 645 for that rip through 670, but I wasn't even paying attention. I was actually setting up my Twitch chat. So, so that was completely on me. But there's also a 5-minute high break. I also didn't see that. So I'm gonna wait this out. Wait for a better setup. I already had a 3-candle ride here. I'm gonna have to wait for a pullback. I don't really have a choice. The reason I took that trade was because I'd seen the 5-minute MACD. It looked like it could definitely curl. I didn't expect a massive move like that though. But now we're seeing a rejection all the way back down here to 620, 615. Okay, let's see if we see a similar setup here. The MACD on the 1 minute looks like it wants to curl back down. I would check the other stocks at the moment that we have on watch. I know we have IMPP on watch. We have EIGR on watch. And then we have, well, obviously PIK, but there's another one that we had on watch. I forgot which one it was. Either way, I'd rather watch this one. This one's the one with all the action at the moment. So here it is, 2 almost exact same patterns here. Big rip, massive pullback. And we get this kind of settling candle here. So will we get a third rip? I'm not really sure, just because this one was mainly because of the MACD. Now this time around, what does it want to do? I'll get in here at 25. Selling there at 33. It seems like it's gonna have a little hard time breaking here. So it did break there. I didn't see it break necessarily. I sold it at 633, got in at 624. It seems a lot more difficult for this one to rip at this point. I could probably take another scalp entry here, but I think I might just wait it out because it doesn't. It's having a hard time breaking this 37 level, which it said it broke, but I did not see it break. I didn't see it at 640. Okay, so we have a double top here. Hasn't broken yet. 640 by 640. There's 42. 50 now. So it broke, but is it gonna hold? It's not holding 50. It's back down to 30. Honestly, I kind of want to see it maybe pull back and then bounce back up. For example, if it pulled back to view up somewhere around 6, held, and then popped all the way back up to 630, I think it would look pretty strong for a move higher. Let's see, is there a certain pattern that's appearing here that I don't recognize? Get support around that level. Some more support around there. Ah, shit. Okay, only reason I would want to get in on one of these trades in this area here is for a break of the 10-minute high. 10-minute high here is 78. High of this one is also 78 of the 5-minute. Kind of nervous in this range if I'm being honest though. It seems pretty heavy here. There's the next 1 minute open. I didn't like that 1 minute open, so I'm not going to take this one. I want to wait for a pullback because it seems, like I said, a little top heavy up here. I want to see if it rejects. We could potentially buy this dip. I'd rather not. Well, I guess maybe I should have. Spreads here are kind of big. It was 55 by 63 there for a second, I think. So here's a rip 73, 75. It's having a hard time up here. 75 again. $75 again. 78 there. There's 80. So there's the break. It's literally on the next 1 minute, and now a rejection here. So we did get the break of both the 5 and 10 minute highs, but now we're back at 70. So the way that it's trading in this area here, yes, I could have taken a trade anywhere in between these candles, but I just didn't feel comfortable. I want to wait for a better setup, even if this one was obvious. Actually, this one would have been the best candle to get in on. It was too quick on the open. I should have got it on the candle prior, but going for the break of 7 here. 200,000 share seller there. So here's 7. It's gonna break that. Yeah, broke real quick. So this would have been the candle to get in on. That was a really nice breakthrough. So many green candles in a row, though. It's getting pretty extended off VWAP. It's already $1 out. So missed this entire write up, that's for sure. So I would like to see it pull back, but I wouldn't want to see a massive false break or something and just tank itself all the way to 620. That would really suck. So if we can get a 2 candle pullback or at least sideways consolidation here, then for sure I think I can get in. And on the daily, where do we have resistance at? We're basically running into resistance right now. We have support there. Resistance up here. So we have room still up to 8. And then, oh my god, that's going to be crazy. After 8, once we get to 10, we have room all the way up to 12 because, or basically 13, just because of the 200. Whether it's actually going to get to 12 or something, I have no idea. Possibly, but we'll see how much strength this one actually has. 1 minute MACD looks like it's curling back down here. It also looked the same earlier, but obviously it curled. And this one's holding its level. It's holding 680 here. 690. So if anything, I want to go for the break of 7 this next 1 minute candle. I don't want to get in too high though. Well, fill there at 96, looking for the break of 7 here, which I think I already got. Stop it out there at 90. I'm gonna take that loss. Didn't want to break there. So I knew this was a little riskier of an entry. It broke and I got in after the break of 7. Actually, no, it didn't even break 7. I just realized that. It hit 7, but it didn't break. Now it's pulling back a little more here, so I gotta wait for a better pullback. Took a small loss there. 9-cent loss. Look at that. I was up 120. This is insane. It's up 120, and I took. That's because I had a 9-cent gain just the trade prior. 920, and then I take one 9-cent loss, and it puts me down about 30 bucks. But I had a 9-cent winner, and I was already at what, I think 103, and it put me at like 20 bucks. So commissions there were like 10 bucks. It's basically 10 bucks a trade. So really I'm averaging about 830 a trade. So a full trade of a buy and sell, I'm averaging about 830. So that's what you can more or less I guess see on my fees, but my fees are kind of not randomly generated. They're on some calculation, but the calculation is not completely accurate. It's as close as I could get it though, so to the actual fees. So every now and then, if it says, oh, my P&L is actually 93, it'll maybe be like 97, or it could be even under like 88 or something. Okay, so the MACD, oh my god, what was that? my voice cracks here. Dang. The MACD on the 1 minute, it is crossing here, so I am gonna have to wait for that to settle down before I take another entry. So really my opportunity for the break of 7 was back here a long time ago. Should have taken that. Should have taken it anywhere in this range. The one I actually wanted to take it on was this last candle here. I didn't take it because it just ripped a little and then it pulled back. So it already broke its high and then it pulled back. Similar to this one, it broke the high and then I got in right after. And that's kind of what I thought would happen on this candle here. That's why I sold out pretty quick. And then same thing on this candle. I figured since it was so extended, maybe it might just, pop up, pull back, and then just reject, and I get in at the bottom or something, or I get in at the top just for it to reject on me like that. I didn't think it was going to be a good idea to do something like that. So I do like how this is holding here though. 10-minute doesn't look the best. And the next 10-minute is about to open. I kind of want to see a better 5-minute, but the 1-minute MACD is crossing here. So I feel like there's room for a false break, especially with the next 5-minute finishing the way it is. See if I can get a better entry in this low 70s here. It's 80 on the ask, 78, 79. I'm gonna get in at 80, I guess. See if I get the break of 7 here. There's 87. Not quite. There's 89. See, I want to see. It's 84 again. 89. Just having a hard time. I'm gonna try and stop out here. Actually, I'm gonna cancel my order. We're gonna wait for another attempt here. Actually, no. Am I making a mistake? Next 5 minutes gonna open. There's 89, 90. I want to see that break. 81. We still got 30 seconds for this next 5-minute candle to open. I like how this 5 minutes finishing here though. There's 89. We hit 90 for a second. So we're still finishing pretty high. As long as this 1 minute doesn't finish low, we should be good. It's 89, 90, 91, 92. Let's see if we get the break of 7. Selling there. I'm gonna rid of it. Wow. Oh my gosh. As soon as, oh man, it sucks. As soon as I decide to sell, it rips. Oh man. I sold at 94 there. Man, that's that sucks. So sold at 94 there. And then as soon as I sold, boom, ripped through 7, and it goes all the way to 714. That's all I wanted was a break of 7. But the way it was churning here, it hit like what? Well, it hit 94 here, and then I was just like, it came back down a little bit, and then it was stuck at 94. I didn't want to see that. I wanted to see 94, 95, 96, and then if anything, I wanted to see it struggle at like 98, 99, and then I would have maybe sold there if not held a little longer for that break, but as soon as I sold it at 94, boom, it ripped through 7, just like I wanted it to. Ah, man, it was 1 second. I held it for 4 seconds in that 1 minute candle, and it didn't do it. So I was expecting, similar to the other candles, where just boom, quick rip. I was expecting the same thing, but it didn't. I mean, it did it 5 seconds in. I held it 4 seconds in though. So that actually sucks, man. Man, what can I do? So this one's gonna take a while to set up again. I'd say I think I'm fine with finishing the way I am today. Surprised I finished up over 100 right now. You know, two $250 lost days back to back, basically. And I know this is not the comeback amount, right, or anything, but 125, I mean, it's the best I finished in a while. Like, you know, I'm surprised to be finishing green today. It's a Friday. Usually Fridays are pretty slow, kind of trash. But no, this is a pretty active day on PIK at least. EIGR, this one's barely climbing above view up here. Light on volume still, so this one wasn't even supposed to be good on watch, I guess. IMPP rejection, so this was another one I had on watch. Good thing I wasn't watching this one. Too low of a price range for me as well. 250. I don't like to trade below 4 really. And what was the last stock? I can't figure out what the last stock that I had on watch was. I don't know. I don't know what I was watching. PIK, IMPP, EIGR, and then I got to scroll through here. INDO? No. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to ruin that for my title because I don't know what I was watching. Sun W. No. True. PIK. Yeah, I don't know which one I was watching. So oh well. Massive 5-minute red candle here. Doesn't look good. Same with the 10-minute. 10-minute low could definitely break. So I do like how I traded today. I think I did a pretty good job. Stopped out quick, 9-cent loss. Usually it's a 15-cent loss, but I recognized immediately I was going to be losing on this one if I held a little longer, just because of that false break there. And I got in after the break, so that was on me. I could have sold for a break-even trade or a little above, but I decided to hold it a little longer because maybe it's just gonna rip, but you know, it was already on the pullback stage here, so I kind of figured I'm buying the back end of the move already. Sold out pretty quick. Then up here, when it started climbing back up, it held my support line, and then it started moving back up. I was like, it might not have done it in the candle I was in on or this other candle. but it was really close, and really the 5-minute candle was the one to make that move, the final break. So that's why I held in this range the entire time. Usually I would have just stop out or sold right here at 94. I waited for the last 1-minute candle right here to open 94. I mean, it didn't open at 94, but to break through 7, didn't break through 7, instead double topped here at 94, hung out there for 4 seconds, and I was like, I'm expecting a false break, and I sold it. And then as soon as I sold, boom, rip. The initial candles up here, this was just an easy read. Obviously held VWAP, and it finished in a, I guess like a hammer doji. So I went ahead and bought that on the previous candle, and we did see that rip all the way back to 640, and then it went all the way higher up to 670, I think. So I wasn't able to catch that wave, but it was, like I said, a quick rip to 670 before this massive rejection candle back here. We did have a similar pattern over here. This one finished in a red, I guess, candle. Kind of like a hammer doji, but it's not. I forgot what this is called. But it has a similar setup. So you had a big green candle, massive red candle, big green candle, massive red candle, and then you have these two in here. So I wasn't really sure if it was going to be a false break in this range as well, just because this one finished in a, I guess that's like I think they call it a dragonfly. What is it called? And then after, I don't know how many candles in a row, 4 consecutive candles in a row of being wrong, basically thinking it was just going to reject, we finally get that deciding candle up here before it starts pulling back. And then again, I try to reattempt my entry for a break of 7 over here on the back end of the move, but it was a false break and I sold out pretty quick. Pulls back, get in here again, and now we're on this second phase over here where it's gonna curl on the 1-minute MACD. So it's a potential trade here. Risky though because of the 5 minutes. I don't really like the 5-minute. That's just kind of telling me, hey, you're in for a false break here potentially. You have sellers stacked already, so a big seller here stacked at 75. You got a couple here in the 80s. So I don't know. It's not looking like it's really in my favor. But we've seen those big sellers just immediately get wiped out once we see massive breaks. So we'll see. We'll see what it does. But I think I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Honestly, I'm gonna take the profit and run. Obviously, it's a sim account. Let me say that again. Sim account, not real money. 124 and 70 cents. Probably the best day of the week. For sure, the best day of the week, I think. But not as profitable as I could have been. For example, I didn't capitalize on any of these opportunities here. And obviously on these rips here, I just wasn't in on those trades. This one I was just talking, I was distracted and setting up Twitch. Then this one back here, I didn't expect a massive rip like that. So I should have known better on the second candle to pay a little more attention and buy the dip or micro pullback and then see that rip again. But I don't know. Risky in general. I never tried a trade like that. I was willing to try it, but it didn't happen. It didn't seem to happen after that. So what I do like here though is that it is holding. It is holding my support line. Like I said, the 1-minute MACD looks like it wants to curl here. But again, I don't trust the 5-minute. Either way though, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So I will see you guys next week. And I'm gonna try my best to review some strategies or just do some more studying on the side to see, really what I think I'm gonna do is study more chart patterns or candlestick patterns and go through all my trades that I've made this week or even last week, whatever, and look at different patterns or see if I can recognize anything in between, and then try to go from there. See if I can get better at recognizing, I guess, new patterns and stuff in general, candlesticks, and then after that, potentially work on a strategy. Because the same strategy I've been using sometimes works, doesn't always work all the time, but I'm getting better, I think, at recognizing when I'm wrong. Yesterday, obviously, I was trading on emotions all day yesterday, so that was not a good idea, obviously. But today, I came in fresh, looking for opportunity, and I was really honed in on what to look for, I guess. So I was doing a lot better today than yesterday. But anyway, nice pop here on PIK. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I will see you guys next week.